CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. Get the new NFL Mobile Live, only from Sprint, only on the Now Network.
Trend around the league with colder weather. Low score, 6-3. Cleveland leads at the intermission. Nothing wrong with being in Ohio.
There's nothing wrong with Ohio, except the snow and the rain.
And we'll return to Cleveland after this message and a word from your local station.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Yeah.
Another fake immunity idol?
That would fool me.
New Survivor, CBS Thursday.
Spend $100 at K&G this week and get a free $25 gift coupon for someone else, even if that someone else is you. K&G Fashion Superstore. For men, for women, for less.
Wait, what's the matter with you? This was your first video game system. Your greatest holiday memory ever. Don't you remember staying up all night? Getting 148,000? Dumb centipede. This is the best gift
Ever.
Make this December the one to remember. Lease the new IS250 for $349 a month for 36 months with $38.99 due at signing. See your Lexus dealer now through January 5th.
You shouldn't have to wait when you want to share information with family and friends. So use our new mobile broadband network. It's 10 times faster. You can download music and videos.
We got off the plane and came straight to the beach. It's amazing here.
Post pics online. Browse the internet. And do a lot more, a lot faster than before. Now get the HTC Touch and use it on the speedy new mobile broadband network from US Cellular.
Spend $100 at K&G this week and get a free $25 gift coupon for someone else, even if that someone else is you. K&G Fashion Superstore. For men, for women, for less.
The Toyota postgame show next Sunday after the game on CBS 2 HD.
It's all coming down to a kick. A 40-yard field goal attempt to try to win it. Ball down, kick on the way. It is good. It's good. It's good. And that's it, folks.
Now, for the first time, you can watch every NFL Network game live on your phone. Get the new NFL Mobile Live free with any data plan, only from Sprint. Only on the Now Network.
Ready for the second half. First half, first play started with the Addai fumbled, and it led to one of two short Phil Dawson field goals for the 6 Cleveland points. And then a goal line stand on 4th and 1, denying Manning retained the lead as we approach the second half. And the action, as always, will be brought to you in high definition here on CBS. Well, the statistics, as would be the case in a 6-3 game, nothing really jumps out.
Nothing crazy, but it really is a great case so far of the patience of the Cleveland Browns paying off. They've been very patient on defense, haven't given up the huge play to Peyton Manning. You see 141 total yards for the Colts, not in huge chunks, very small little bites, manageable bites from the Cleveland Browns perspective. These two teams played the opening game of 2003. It was 9-6 Colts on a last-second field goal. I don't expect the same result, but I expect the patient. Patient is not the word for the Colts at all times, though. I wouldn't be surprised if they start taking a few shots and put the ball maybe in jeopardy.
And Cleveland will get the ball first to open the second half. You saw Josh Cribbs setting up as Vinatieri has to re-tee the ball. Cribbs, who is electric as a returner, and what is surprising is a man who didn't return kicks in high school or college at Kent State, and also how tough he is on special teams and covering kicks. Ever dangerous at the 5. Not much of an opening there, and he is drilled at the 22 by Marcus Howard. Yeah, Derek Anderson and the Browns take the field on offense. You see Anderson and Manning, their comparison. Only 3 passes hit the ground in the entire first half. 2 incomplete by Manning. 1 was intercepted. Desperation final play. 7 of 8 for Anderson. And the runners fairly even. Addai 9+ over Jamal Lewis. And it's Lewis at tailback behind Vickers, the fullback. Patiently looks for a hole. Not much there. Gain of about 3. Browns only had the ball 3 possessions.
Yeah, but a lot of plays. Those first 2, especially that second one, the 16-play, 9-minute-plus drive, their longest of the year time-wise.
Brown is injured on that play, and it's Kellen Winslow, who has been plagued by injury since picked in the first round out of Miami of Florida 4 years ago. So the attend of the Browns tight end will take a break.
Hear about these checked bag fees?
We checked 2 bags each. Those fees took our last $80.
That's too bad. If you don't have any money, how are you going to pay me?
Hey! Wait, what about our bags? We can't afford to bring them back anyway!
Been burned by bag fees? At Southwest Airlines, there are no bag fees for your first or even your second checked bag. Southwest, low fares, no hidden fees.
There's one at every party.
The designated loud talker.
The designated hair product guy. The designated bad dancer. Of course, the designated spiller. The designated wandering eyes guy. And what is that? The designated appetizer hog. And me, I'm the designated driver.
We all play a part. Thanks for being responsible.
Get on in there, tumbleweed.
See all the wonderful toys at the Mercedes-Benz Winter Event. Get a special lease offer on the ML350 with a 5-star crash safety rating. There's never been a better time to get that Mercedes-Benz on your wish list.
The number 1 team in the country, Alabama, collides with the number 2 team, Florida, in the SEC Championship. Saturday on CBS.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
All right, let's take a look at the left leg, left ankle of Kellen Winslow. And he ran back off the field, so it wasn't anything that big, but I bet he didn't know his ankle had been like that.
Oh, boy, that was scary. Lewis gains only a yard on 2nd and 8 as Clint Session. Good, hard driving tackle, and they attend to tight end Kellen Winslow. And a reminder of other injuries. Gary Brackett not expected to return. An ankle sprain in the first half or worse. Keontae Dawson, a hamstring, left the field in the second quarter. He is questionable as well for the Colts.
Well, now the Colts stop the run. First down, stop it on 2nd down. Now 3rd and long. This plays into the hands of the Indianapolis Colts defense.
Dwight Freeney and Robert Mathis, who can rush that passer so effectively. Here comes Freeney. The throw down the middle is dropped by Edwards. A tough chance, but fans have become accustomed to Edwards not hauling it in.
Well, you know, Derek Anderson last week fit a ball in some very, very tight spots. This isn't about a bad route. This is about a throw that could only be in one spot, and Edwards wasn't there. He was only able to reach back with the one hand. You know, I'm not going to dog the guy for that. That was a throw that I'm not sure Anderson just had to get rid of it or it'd be a sack.
Zastudil kicks it to Kewan Ratliff, drives this one inside the 25. Fumble by Ratliff or muffs, and then he has to swallow the surge. Hangs onto the ball around the 15-yard line.
That sounds painful. Do you need water to swallow your average surge?
Well, it's led by Josh Cribbs. Cribbs, first downfield again.
Gulp.
Come to the Mercedes-Benz Winter Event now and see all the exciting rides we have to offer. There's sure to be something for every wish list.
100%. Chance you'll be up all night finishing the presentation. 0% chance you'd be up all night if you had used FedEx Office Print Online. FedEx Office.
What are you, Nugnuts? McDonald's tender, juicy, made with white meat chicken McNuggets. Dip them, stack them, pop them, love them. You Nugnut, you.
Introducing Turbo HD by Dish Network, the only 100% HD service. Call now and get a free HD DVR receiver upgrade and HBO and Stars free for 3 months. Turbo HD by Dish Network.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. FedEx, your ultimate NFL air and ground player. And by Turbo HD by Dish Network.
Foul weather gear in good use today here at Cleveland Stadium. Temperature expected to drop down near freezing and snow later.
To see that usually watching in a dome, priceless on that side.
Indy fan. Ball at the 16 was a 56-yard punt by Zastadil and 2 yards minus on the muff by Ratliff. Manning from his own 16. Going to throw on first down and looking for a big one. Downfield for Wayne, intercepted at the 50-yard line. It's Brandon McDonald. He's down by contact. Whistle blows that dead, but McDonald with his 3rd interception of the season. They've been picking on him, but he makes another outstanding play. He's had several today.
They were in a 2-deep shell. Suddenly now it's a man look. McDonald matched up on Wayne. I talked about Peyton Manning having to be patient. If you take those shots, you'll put the ball in play. Peyton puts the ball in play, and McDonald makes him pay.
Manning in the 4-game win streak with only 1 interception. Remember last week at San Diego, but 2 today. 2 in a row, in fact, because he ended the first half with that desperation throw that was intercepted. McDonald offers a souvenir, and from the 49, Cleveland looks to extend their 6-3 lead. Anderson's going to go up on top. He's got a man open, incomplete. The ball sailed wide. It was Dante Stallworth who had beaten his man, Kelvin Hayden.
Remember, Dick, when we talked to Derek Anderson about this stadium, he says, you know, we really don't know about the wind. I can throw the ball on what I think is going to be 3 or 4 yards from the sideline, and I'll stand back there and watch it, and suddenly it'll go 2 or 3 yards left or 2 or 3 yards right. That may have been the case because he's throwing, you know, right into basically with the direction the wind's blowing in.
So 2nd and 10 from the 49. Of course, in bad weather, high winds, the pass inside the numbers is often the key. Here's a quick throw to Stallworth to the 45 and a gain of 4. Melvin Bullitt and Tim Jennings team up on the tackle.
So now remember, I think it's very important if you're Rob Chudzinski and you're this offensive football team, don't put the ball in danger. Peyton Manning had a turnover that McDonald made him pay for. That gives you beautiful field position. You have to do something dumb with the ball now. It's not all bad to punt in this situation. That means your punter, Zastadil, may be able to kill it inside the 10. You play a little field position for a while.
Edwards to the left. Stallworth right. Deep down the middle. Complete to Edwards. He's inside the 25 with a first down. Antoine Bethea, the defender.
Just a flat, beautiful throw by Derek Anderson as you see Kellen Winslow going in to have a little look at that ankle. Look at the throw right off the backside of Jennings. Derek Anderson zips that thing right off the right arm of Jennings. Perfectly caught by Braylon Edwards. You can't always say that in 2008.
20-yard reception, the longest of the day for the Browns. Now it's Jamal Lewis. Vaulting his way inside the 20. And the big man carries tacklers with him for about 8. Antoine Bethea finally gets him down.
Now, I've used the term patience an awful lot. Watch the patience it takes to be a running back in this league if you want to follow your fullback. Vickers, the fullback, starts right. He peels back. Jamal Lewis sees his fullback peel back. He follows his fullback. Beautiful job onside of increasing the running game. Nice lead block. Excellent game.
53 yards today for Jamal Lewis. They've not had the Browns a 100-yard rusher all season, and Lewis gets very little on second and short. Antonio Johnson, second-year tackle from Mississippi State, with the play. Kellen Winslow, questionable his return, low ankle injury.
Low ankle, is that your heel?
Yeah, that's
I've heard
high ankle. That's worse, right? Low ankle could be.
Here.
Often those ankles can be really testy and sideline a player for many weeks.
No matter what that X-ray says, he's very lucky. You saw the replay. He got bent around.
And Anderson has to use a time here on 3rd and 2. It was not going to get the play off. Play clock was down to 5 seconds.
So your computer here can match my signature to the Volkswagen that's right for me?
Then you drive it away for nothing down.
With just a signature.
Signed and drive.
All right.
Curvaceous T indicates a love for clean lines and performance. Perfect match, Tiguan.
I like that.
Smooth strokes indicate a passion for body waxing.
That's dumb and not true at all.
This event is getting very interesting.
Sign then drive is back. We select 2009 models for 0 down, 0 due at signing, and no first month's payment.
It's what the people want.
Where's coffee shop? There's coffee shop. Cafe latte, managed to pay. Where are the stores? There are the stores. Find all the gifts on shopping list. 12 pair of socks, sausage in a box, soap on a rope, stuffed antelope. On road again, coffee's kicking in, heart palpitates, car navigates. This can't be real, hands on the wheel. Here's what you say, tells you the way. Hustle and bustle, tension in muscle, sore neck demands. Big Swedish hands, give a garment. Green, clear and white, whole world inside. Garment.com, garment.com.
You can't sell yourself for $1, Junior.
Why not?
Because as long as you live in my house, you'll live by my rules. You got it?
I wish I'd never been broiled.
Whopper Jr. for $1. Bringing some attitude to the BK value menu.
The holidays are a time for sharing. Good thing Miller Lite comes in a 12-pack. Have a great holiday. Miller Lite. Great taste, less filling.
I will always be here and accountable.
He campaigned for change.
Said he was going to take on the drug dealers.
But not everyone shared his dream.
This was a nasty campaign.
Your ideals are nothing if you lose.
This isn't politics. Everything's politics. A new episode of Cold Case tonight.
With Tennessee out in front, 11-1 in the AFC South. Indianapolis has the wild card position coming in over Baltimore and New England, although all 7-4. But Cornell Brown's upset today really moves matters around. Josh Cribbs now is the tailback. Anderson is out. And the give, no. Cribbs keeps it and doesn't gain a thing. Well read, as knifing through was Clint Session, the linebacker. Yeah, there's one you should celebrate. He stops Cribbs short of the first down. That'll bring out Dawson.
Yeah, I don't like this at all. I just think this is kind of outsmarting yourself and being too cute. You got there with a running game with a Jamal Lewis. You got there with quick, accurate passing. Why in the heck do you do that?
You saw Steptoe missed his block.
Yeah, I mean, you're putting people in positions they're not used to being successful in.
34-25, good for Dawson now from 35. And this one is going to sail right, no good. So a wasted opportunity. The interception leads to 0 for the Browns. And in this field goal kicking contest, the miss by Dawson keeps it a 3-point game.
Subway, home of the famous $5 footlong. Lots of fresh, delicious footlongs for just $5 each. Fill up on a footlong today.
At Subway. So this Sony plays amazing high
high-def Blu-ray disc, but it'll also play all of your old DVDs. And if you use an HDMI cord and plug it in the back, you'll get the best picture and sound available. I like a lot of different movies. Something that can make me laugh or something that can make me cry, I love them all.
Hi, we're here for Sign Then Drive.
Hi.
I just leased a Passat for no money down. She wants one too. Or a Jetta. A Passat. A Jetta. A Passat. A Jetta. A Passat.
Our new computer can match you to the perfect Volkswagen. Then you drive it away.
Signature reveals a need for safety and individuality. Perfect match.
A Passat.
Jetta.
This event is getting very interesting.
Sign Then Drive is back. We select 2009 models for 0 down, 0 due at signing, and no first month's payment.
It's what the people want.
I'm comfortable in jeans that are tough. I'm comfortable in Wrangler. Real comfortable.
Wrangler 5-star premium denim jeans. Satisfaction guaranteed. Wrangler. Real comfortable jeans.
Subway, home of the famous $5 footlong. Lots of fresh, delicious footlongs for just $5 each. Fill up on a footlong today.
At Subway.
One team will lose their money and passports. New Amazing Race CBS tonight.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Best Buy. You happier. And by Subway, home of the famous, always made fresh $5 footlong.
Here in Cleveland, the wind picking up a bit, gusting at 20 miles an hour, affecting play in that last drive on a pass and perhaps the kick by Dawson. Sailed right. And the pass also moved to the right sideline, incomplete. So taking over at the 25, trailing 6-3. Manning and the Colts. Dominic Rhodes is the tailback in this set. And it's Rhodes. Finds a sliver of a hole and makes an 8-yard gain of it before Shawn Rogers can make the tackle. A reminder tonight on 60 Minutes, Olympic great Michael Phelps, a rare inside look at his life since Beijing. Plus the great poker swindle cheaters. They won $20 million and got away with it. That's tonight on CBS, America's most watched network. 2nd and 2, and Manning appealing to the sidelines as if to say, come on, hurry up, get it into me. Or not as if Manning can't call his own plays.
Yeah. Doesn't want to be interrupted by that voice in his ear.
2nd and 2. Rhodes stays in the game, and he is belted on a solid hit just shy of the first down. Cameron Wimbley from Florida State with the tackle.
A couple of real good young ball players right here. The center, Richards, the right guard, Pollock with a tough assignments. You're going against, if you're Richard, you're trying to work against Shawn Rogers, and Richard does a real nice job. On the backside, Pollock does a pretty good job. It's just everybody else lets the Cleveland defense push him back into the backfield.
3rd and 1. Back to Rhodes. He's got the first down. Needed 1, picked up 2, and Leon Williams with a tackle. You know, Tony Dungy said, you know, they really hadn't addressed the offensive line in picking up players in the draft, but this year they went after Richard in the 7th round from Buffalo, Pollock from Arizona State in the 2nd round, and Steve Justice was a 6th round pick of Wake Forest. He said, I think I've got myself 3 really good linemen.
Well, Tony Dungy and Bill Polian, character matters, speed matters, athletic ability matters. Pretty good place to start if you're looking for football players. Let the rest of it take care of itself.
Well, first down for Manning and the Colts, trailing 6-3 here in the 3rd. Quick throw is to the sideline to Rhodes, pushed out of bounds by Eric Wright. 5 possessions, 1 barely counts. The interception on the last play of the half, a desperate throw by Manning.
Bracketed by an interception on the first play down the field to start the 3rd quarter.
Just when you think you've seen everything, Manning picked off last play of the first
so
half.
Much for the old quarterback rating.
A lot of time for Manning to pile up some numbers. Caught in the backfield as Rhodes. It didn't fool the Browns on that carry. Adams came up from the secondary to support Cameron Wimbley.
Well, we talked about the young offensive linemen. Let's talk about another big force. How about Shawn Rogers? He's playing as good a defensive tackle as anybody in the league. Don't believe what you hear. That's right through a double team. it's not all just been Hainsworth and Chris Jenkins. They're not the only guys having a career year. Sean Rogers came here from Detroit, and he is playing his tail off.
3rd down, 6. Manning likes to go long out of the shotgun. Let's see if he goes for a big one here. To the sideline, caught. Reggie Wayne in traffic, double covered by Sean Jones and Brandon McDonald, and pulls it in for the 1st down.
You know, often we talk about throws being to the backside number, to the onside number. This is to the right armpit. This ball almost buries itself in Reggie Wayne's arm. Just beautiful play. I mean, McDonald didn't have that bad a coverage on that play. Peyton Manning just out-threw him.
16 yards in the play, the 3rd catch for Wayne today. Addai back into the backfield, 1st down at the Cleveland 44. And Addai hit in the backfield and dropped at the line of scrimmage by veteran Willie McGinnis. Speaking of veterans, how about the guy in New York, our man James Brown?
All right, Dick, thank you so much. Hey, out of the garage is Cadillac Williams, back in action last week. He finds the end zone, Dick, with a touchdown, 13-10 Bucks. Back to Dick and Randy.
And quick or no huddle by Manning, hurries into a play to Addai. Alex Hall makes the tackle. A flag is down.
Defense, 12 men on the field, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Thus the quick snap. Whenever you see a quick snap, it means 2 things. If you're Romeo Crennel and you're playing the Colts, it means Peyton Manning doesn't want to replay, or Tony Dungy's quarterback has recognized that you have too many players on the field. Look at all these guys on the field at the top of the screen up here when they finally get around to snapping the ball.
Your number system go up to 15?
Just draw a yes. How many is that? Yes. Too many.
2nd and 5 then for the Colts as they pick up a free 5. How frustrating it must be for defensive coordinators trying to get new personnel on the field. 1st down to Gonzalez, and Anthony Gonzalez, who grew up here in Cleveland, has his 1st catch today. He went to St. Ignatius High School, and his high school alma mater won the Class A championship against Cincinnati Elder yesterday, 28-20.
And you remember what we said about Romeo Crennel was going to substitute 1 guy at a time? I guess that last play didn't count. He's going to go back to 1 guy at a time, I think.
1st down at the 30. Colts' 1st possession of the 2nd half as they look after the lead. Addai into a crowd, a gain of a couple into the teeth of the Browns defense.
Yeah, a little bit different. The difference is also personnel, but you've got Orr in the game. Look at this is a 3-4 defense, right? Well, they're basically giving Peyton Manning and the Colts a 4-3 look. For all intents and purposes, what they're currently presenting is a 4-3.
There's defensive coordinator of the Browns, Mel Tucker. Actually, 2nd possession for the Colts here in the 2nd half. Just a 1-play interception to start the half for Indianapolis. And here goes the long try by Manning, deep for Wayne, incomplete. McDonald shadowing him along the sidelines. Accepts the support and congratulations to the Browns fans.
Hey, the one thing you have to do if you play Peyton Manning is you can't let them form a pocket. You've got to flatten that pocket out, get it up in his face. When you don't do it, he can scooch up. Then he can freely throw the ball. They got away with one there because Peyton will not miss a receiver by that much very often.
So 3rd and long for Manning and the Colts. They're in long field goal range. The 11th play of this drive. Be about a 47-yard field goal if they make no yards here. Manning, plenty of time, dumps it off, incomplete, in and out of the hands of Addai. So 4th down and long, and out comes Adam Vinatieri, that familiar number 4. What a kicker he has been, and when there's pressure on, he's at his best, including the playoffs. 41 for 50. That's pressure kicking and playoff action. This year, he's 14 for 17 coming in. He's made his only attempt today, and the 1-yarder last week, 1 in San Diego. This is from 46.
Keep an eye on Sean Rogers, 92 over the left guard.
Oh, it hooks left, no good. Yeah, trying to drive it through the wind. Not close. It remains 6-3 in Cleveland.
One for a man in a little van. Get there with ease, hair in the breeze. One for commuter on motor scooter, rolls down a hill, bugs in her grill. One for the sport, where all the shorts are very tight, made for a bike. One for a nun, out for a run. Wrist keeps a log what she has jogged. One for a Viking, out for some hiking. Find the village, he will pillage. Find what you want, find what you wish. There's even one to find the fish. Give a Garmin. Find something fun for everyone. Garmin.com, Garmin.com.
This is the new MacBook. Its advanced aluminum and glass enclosure is completely recyclable. It's engineered to be so efficient, it runs on 1/4 of the power of a single light bulb. And it's made without many of the harmful toxins found in other computers, like mercury. The new MacBooks, the world's greenest family of notebooks.
Looks like a sandwich with the taste of a prime rib dinner. Quizno's newest prime rib, only $3.99. Real prime rib, the king of meats. Slow roasted to bring out all its tender and juicy flavor. Sliced thin with an extra layer of prime rib, piled high. All toasted to perfection on rosemary Parmesan bread. Real prime rib for only $3.99. Only at Quizno's. Quizno's. Love what you eat.
The countdown to the Grammy Awards begins here with a live concert event. Join superstars Celine Dion, Foo Fighters, B.B. King and John Mayer, Mariah Carey, and Christina Aguilera. Plus, we'll reveal the Grammy nominees first here. Taylor Swift and LL Cool J host the Grammy nominations concert live, CBS Wednesday.
There's Rodgers, 92. He's already blocked 2 this year. Why? Look at that penetration. He didn't get the ball, but you can't convince me that he didn't affect that thing going left.
Vinatieri had to feel him so deep into the backfield. Jamal Lewis on first down, out to the 38, a gain of 1. Taiwan Hagler, the tackler. Yeah, Sean Rodgers, so many benefits. Not only is he tough stuffing the run, but when you think of his career, I mean, this is just mind-boggling that one man would have 13 block kicks. Rodgers.
Look at the size of him. Does he count as one guy?
Well, that's a good point.
Most neighborhoods, that is a neighborhood. He is a big guy.
We asked him about his nickname, Big Baby, and I kind of backed off as I suggested that was his nickname. Anderson underneath. Lewis drives 2 yards shy of the first down. We'll give you the Big Baby story. I'm not using that on you, James Brown.
Hey, you're a little sharper than I am, Dick. Take a look. Tampa Bay, 2 touchdowns in 1 minute and 48 seconds. First was Cadillac Williams. This one to Antonio Bryant, 39 yards. Bucks now looking for their 4th straight win, up 20-10. Dick, you have always been sharp. I'm sure you read the body language and backed off of the Big Baby talk.
You're just as lovable, James. That's it.
How about that Jeff Garcia, too?
Oh, man.
Is that a great story?
And there's so many this year, aren't there? 3rd down and 2. Shotgun Anderson, interestingly. Ooh, a quick pass, and it may be good for the first down. It is to Steptoe. And Steptoe got more than his toe stepped on as Antoine Bethea drives that tackle. But it was a 3-yard gain, enough for a Brown first down.
Well, that's how you make up for that whiff block on that Wildcat formation stuff that they had last time they had the ball. You get a chance, don't let Bethea dislodge the ball. Go ahead and hold on to it.
First down at the 48 for Cleveland. As time ticking away. A fast-paced game with so few passes and so few not complete. Clock continues to run. 6-3 Cleveland late in the 3rd. Fake to Lewis. Anderson all day. Throw to Lewis. Incomplete. Session over there to knock it away. Gives us a chance to tell you, you can see why Entertainment Weekly says the Big Bang Theory delivers big laughs. Tomorrow on CBS, America's most watched network. Big laughs, and we'll talk about Big Baby. We asked him about his nickname. I said, he said, you know what? I got that when I was young. My girlfriend took such good care of me. All my friends said, she treats you like a big baby. He said, I couldn't get rid of it, so I embrace it. Big baby, big baby I am.
Big baby needs a big oxygen tank, too, I bet.
To Lewis. Trying finds a running lane. Finally toppled at the 46 by Darrell Reed, the defensive tackle. Brings up 3rd down and 5.
A very important run to get in that position because Peyton Manning's in the perfect spot as far as Romeo Crennel's concerned, and that's with a stocking cap on his head, sitting on the heated bench, hopefully getting nice and cozy and warm, because Romeo wants his offense to be methodical. His defense is being patient, and his offense is being methodical, and it's the formula for beating a team like the Indianapolis Colts.
3rd down and 4. Anderson has Edwards out to the left, looks back to the right, throws incomplete to Hayden, the tight end, who's in there for Kellen Winslow. And again, throwing to the right sidelines, it seems the ball really is sailing on Anderson, and that'll bring out the punt team.
You know, the fans don't like it, but you know what? Sometimes for a quarterback, punting is not bad. Putting the ball in the wrong spot, that is bad. Now, if Anderson, maybe the ball does fade on him a little bit going this way because of the wind, but he put that ball where only Hayden could get it. He was the only one that had a chance at it. He wasn't going to put the ball in danger.
Zastudil averaging 50 yards on his first 2 punts to Keywan Ratliff, who muffed the last one. That's it, bounce, and it takes a Browns bounce. Zastudil having quite a day in the kicking department, and who should ground the ball? Oh, come on, you know it's Josh Cribbs. We'd like to see you in Honolulu, Joshua.
That's right. He's got to start getting fitted for his lay, and this is how a punter makes the Pro Bowl. Do enough of these. That's a nice kill shot.
Tonight on The Amazing Race, folks, the unthinkable happens when one of the teams loses the money and the passports. What will they do tonight after 60 Minutes on CBS, America's most watched network?
Yeah, they took their time. Peyton was over there with Tom Moore till the very last second. This has been their day so far.
A fumble on the first offensive snap by Addai. A couple of Manning interceptions. Stopped on the goal line on a 4th and 1 quarterback sneak. Now they open this series on their own 4. And Dominic Rhodes in the backfield, and Rhodes, who's got the better speed, Addai more powerful. And Rhodes a 5-yard pickup on 1st down. Cameron Wembley, the tackler.
It's interesting at a time like this, and we've talked about this defensive line, whether it's Sean Smith or Sean Rogers or Leonard or whoever. Very good size on this defensive line. Linebackers aren't huge. You know, a guy like Cameron Wembley, he's not physically imposing. But his offensive line for the Indianapolis Colts also lacks a lot of size. But as you saw in that last play, they've got lots of punch.
Well, those 3 men up front for the Browns. Williams is 320, Rogers over 350, and Sean Smith 325.
That's a blitz.
2nd and 5. The quick throw is to Gonzalez, and he's out to the 13, where it'll be 3rd down and 1, and final seconds tick away here in the 3rd quarter. Andre Davis and Brodney Poole the tackle. End of 3 in Cleveland, where the Browns lead by 6-3. We'll return to Cleveland after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
It's hard work winning 8 gold medals, but that's not why Michael Phelps is so exhausted. Find out what the greatest Olympic athlete ever is up to now on 60 Minutes tonight.
Simon Baker stars in The Mentalist, Tuesdays on CBS.
America's biggest automobile company and its dealers want to help get you the loan you need. It's General Motors financing that fits, offering access to millions of dollars and hundreds of lenders to help get you behind the wheel. It's our way of putting you and America in the driver's seat. During the red tag event, the price on the tag is the price you pay. Get a Lucerne for $23,279 for a total value of $4,761. See your local Buick, Pontiac, GMC dealer.
You shouldn't have to wait when you want to share information with family and friends. So use our new mobile broadband network. It's 10 times faster. You can download music and videos.
We got off the plane and came straight to the beach. It's amazing here.
Post pics online. Browse the internet. And do a lot more, a lot faster than before. Now get the HTC Touch and use it on the speedy new mobile broadband network from US Cellular.
This holiday season, give the gift of endless possibilities. Illinois Lottery Holiday Instant Tickets. It's a wonderful gift.
For a gift that'll make them glow, you gotta let it snow.
The Toyota postgame show next Sunday after the game on CBS 2 HD.
We go to the fourth quarter in Cleveland. Dick Enberg with Randy Cross. Bob Monsbach, our producer. Suzanne Smith calling the shots in the director's chair. 6-3 Cleveland. They had 6 points and a couple of field goals last week in their loss to Houston. They've not scored a touchdown now in 7 quarters, but have the lead. 6-3. It's 3rd down and 1 at the 8-yard line, and defensive tackle Darrell Reed has checked in as an eligible receiver on the 13-yard line. Addai, the running back. No, it's Reed at tailback or at fullback here. He'll lead the way to Addai apparently, and does. And Addai has the first down to the 15 out to the 17-yard line. Indianapolis, very first play of the game for those of you joining us. Addai fumbled. He hadn't fumbled in a couple of years, or lost a fumble. Then a field goal after a long drive. They were stopped on downs, then a couple of interceptions. The second was on a desperation pass at the end of the half. And then a missed field goal from 46 yards by Vinatieri here in the 3rd quarter. And now we're early in the 4th. First down. Dominic Rhodes now the tailback. And it's Rhodes. And a good solid hit from DeQuell Jackson, 3rd-year backer from Maryland. Can you imagine that Terrapin team with Jackson and Sean Merriman, a set of linebackers?
And he plays that middle linebacker position extremely well, or inside linebacker, especially when he's the backside offside guy like he just was. Andre Davis, he takes up the blockers, and DeQuell Jackson can run from the backside and deliver the blow.
And then you see backup center Jamie Richard, the rookie from Buffalo, for Jeff Saturday, calling out the blocking schemes a la Saturday. And Manning again takes his time, clock down to 4 seconds.
Watch Dallas Clark here.
And back to Rhodes, swinging to the left side. And he's dropped at the 25-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
When you talk about mistakes, Dick, by the Colts, do we look at this as mistakes by the Colts or really good plays by the Cleveland Browns? I guess because the Colts are playing well, you say, well, they must be their mistakes, but the fumbles were caused, the interceptions are made, the penetration is made, that causes the miss by Vinatieri. I think it's a lot more Cleveland-driven than just saying that it's Indy's mistakes.
They've led the league the last 3 years, and again this year in protecting the ball, but not today. 3 turnovers. 3rd and 3. Manning to throw for it. Underneath, incomplete, intended for Wayne, and cutting in front was Brandon McDonald, and that took away the angle from Manning.
You use the term in basketball quite often about shadowing another player and denying him the ball, not letting him get the ball. That's what Brandon McDonald does. He shadows Wayne. There's no space. There's nowhere to put that ball for the completion.
And there wasn't time for Manning to just loft the ball over the defender because Sean Rogers and company were pressuring him from the inside.
Well, you better get this one high. Cribbs can make you pay if you kick a low punt here.
Ubiquitous Joshua Cribbs waits, and what high punt by Hunter Smith, and a fair catch. Cribbs at the 32-yard line. The Browns early in the 4th with the ball and a 3-point lead.
Oh, it's got like toolboxes. It's a Ram box. That's pretty freaking cool. You need that space. Put some fishing poles in there, shovels and hammers and stuff. Go, 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 go!
I can't believe they let us do that.
Okay, I'm gonna go get the Christmas tree and the lights.
It's time to get your home ready for the holidays.
Okay, I'm gonna go get the gifts.
It's time to get great gifts at special low prices. It's time to do it all at one store.
This weekend only, get fabulous gifts from the Home Depot for under $10. LED flashlight sets, innovative tools, drill bit sets, and more. All under $10. It's happening right now, only at the Home Depot.
May your holiday be filled with joy. And may Joy have season tickets on the 50-yard line. Have a great holiday. Miller Lite. Great taste, less filling.
Introducing the Pan-Normous from Pizza Hut. A pizza so big it never ends, so the party never ends.
We are never gonna finish this.
Get a one-topping Pan-Normous pizza for just $12.99. Only from America's favorite pizza.
The Victoria's Secret fashion show from Miami Beach with special musical guest Usher. The most beautiful night on television. Victoria's Secret, CBS Wednesday.
You're watching the NFL on CBS.
Fans, you like hard hitting and plenty of passion. How about next Saturday? Annual renewal, one of the great spectacles in all of sports. Army-Navy game. It's noon Eastern here on CBS. The Middies are bowl eligible. Might be heading to San Diego for the Poinsettia Bowl. And Army, of course, the underdog, always with a chance. And that classic Army-Navy next Saturday on CBS. Jamal Lewis on first down. Out for a couple of yards into the arms of Antonio Johnson. Number 99.
You talk about that Army-Navy game, and Paul Johnson coached Navy until last year and left there and went to Georgia Tech, and there was a great game on CBS yesterday, Georgia Tech and Georgia, and Georgia Tech beat a favored team like Georgia because Paul Johnson used that triple option. He pounded the ball on the ground. Romeo Crennel, Derek Anderson, Jamal Lewis. How do you finish this game off? You do it on the ground with your line.
Rain picks up here in Cleveland as the give is to Lewis, and Lewis across the 35 will be about 4 yards shy of a first down. Well, Indy 7-4, so is New England and Baltimore. Let's check on a score. JB.
Hey, Dick and Randy, Joe Flacco is a rookie, is he not? Take a look at this kid. Nice touch, nice catch by Mark Clayton. Clayton, 5 catches, 164 yards, 1 receiving touchdown, 1 throwing touchdown, 27-3 Baltimore. Back to Dick Enberg. Randy Cross.
Hey, JB, nobody's a rookie against the Bengals. They give you automatically tenured standing.
Yeah, the blue hand, Joe Flacco. Meanwhile, here it's Jason Wright for Jamal Lewis, and he keeps moving the pile. They had him stopped at the 40. That would have been shy of the first down and brought up 4th down. But Jason Wright, 5'10" and 215 pounds, would not be denied.
Beautiful job. Wright does a nice imitation of Jamal Lewis in his prime. Won't stop the legs from churning, keeps them burning, keeps them moving, gets the first, and little running game magic working right now for Cleveland.
You are on your game. A little poetry thrown in at no extra charge. Churning and burning. Jason Wright takes a breather, and Jamal Lewis is in. 6-3 Cleveland. Now it's Lewis. And he stopped at the 45. Johnson again leading the charge. Just a reminder, folks, Gary Brackett, the crucial middle linebacker for the Indianapolis Colts, was injured in the second quarter, has not returned, an ankle injury. And Brackett, along with Bob Sanders, the 2 top tacklers of this Colts defense. Sanders didn't suit up, and they're without Brackett here in the second half.
And Dawson, one of their biggest defensive tackles, went out earlier today, too. And Jeff Saturday didn't even suit up today because of his calf muscle.
And Brady Quinn, quarterback for the Browns, out for the rest of the year with a fractured index finger. Anderson, good play action, and throws complete to the side, incomplete. Hayden had it, and then it was knocked away.
No, it was a catch.
They're going to mark that as a catch.
It's a catch and fumbled backwards out of bounds.
That might be challenged by Tony Dungy, who is more or less reluctant to do so.
It was fumbled backwards out of bounds behind the marker.
Pass is incomplete. 3rd down.
That's how I saw it. Here's how we see it in the replay.
Really nice job of setting this play up. Derek Anderson gets the ball there. The feet aren't on the ground. The jar comes, and the ball comes loose from Hayden. Very nice job just closing on the ball by Hayden. Hayden gets it in there and doesn't let the ball settle in to the tight end's hands.
Former star at Illinois, Kelvin Hayden. Another injury that lost for the year. Marlon Jackson was the other corner for these Colts. Went out with a knee on IR earlier this season.
Some teams, injuries are excuses. Other teams are just opportunities for whoever's behind the guy that's hurt.
Sounds like Dungy's Colts, doesn't it? Anderson has it knocked away from behind. That's a loose ball and a live ball, and here come the Colts to take the lead with Robert Mathis making the big play again. Mathis, who was the star, forcing the fumble on Phillip Rivers that may have saved the victory for the Colts a week ago, and now he comes up with a possible game winner and a 37-yard return. It was Freeney that stripped it away as he came in from one side, and Mathis, the speedy defensive end on the other side, scoops it and scores.
225, 230 pounds, and he gets into the end zone quickly with it. You saw some of those shots that Suzanne Smith, our director, has been showing you of the sideline for Indy. It's almost looked like they were waiting for something to happen. They were waiting for Cleveland to make a key mistake. Well, Cleveland, you made the mistake. Now what are you going to do? How are you going to react? You took the right cross. You've been on the mat. What do you do now?
And what a 1-2 punch, Freeney and Mathis, as Vinatieri adds the extra point. Freeney and Mathis in their careers with the Colts have forced now 70 forced fumbles between them. And this one pays off with a Mathis touchdown.
This older gentleman comes up to me and he was like, my grandkids have moved away. Their father is a missionary in Africa. And I said, how would you like to see your grandkids opening their presents as they're opening their presents Christmas Day? And I showed him webcams. And he just kind of looked at me and he was like, webcam? What's a webcam? You can see them and you can talk to them. He was just amazed. He had no idea that technology could work like that. It was awesome.
We're out here racing luxury trucks. I mean, I can't think of a better word, but fantastic. Yeah, that's what I like about it. Yeah! This thing rocks.
Wow, that's cool.
I love it. Can we do it again?
Inside voices, please.
How can you explain the Johnson's success?
The Johnsons had a game plan. They knew the Motorola lineup, what phone works for what person, and they bought all over us right down here.
What about Mrs. Johnson?
Raised your hand. Patty Johnson came ready to play, but now I'm ready to play too. I know that Motorola has camera phones, prepaid phones, and I am going to crush her.
Mom, can I go to the movies with Debbie this week?
I'm not going to field that question.
You got to have a game plan. This changes everything. This season, find the best selection of Motorola phones at unbeatable Walmart prices.
And I can smell victory.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Garmin. Give a Garmin GPS this holiday season. The Home Depot, the official home improvement sponsor of the NFL. And by the all-new Dodge Ram. Never back down from a challenge.
This is the first of our doubleheader today. Look at those games coming up. Steelers and Patriots, Denver at New York against Favre and the Jets, and Kansas City at Oakland. Stay with us. 3 great games coming up in your area following the conclusion of this one. In the rain in Cleveland. Robert Mathis with his first ever NFL touchdown has given the Colts the lead 10-6. And here comes Cribbs. And Josh Cribbs out across the 30 and a flag down. And it's back at the 20-yard line where you expect.
During the return, illegal block in the back, receiving team, number 96. After this to the goal, first down, timeout.
So the Browns are going to start at their own 10-yard line. So Freeney forces the fumble, and Mathis with his first ever NFL score.
Got like toolboxes. That's a Ram box. That's pretty freaking cool. You know, you need that space. Put some fishing poles in there, shovels and hammers and stuff.
Go, 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 go!
I can't believe they let us do that.
Hey, everybody. It's Mr. Bill at a Subway restaurant.
Today, we're going to learn how to make bread. Yay!
First, we need some dough. Next, Chef Sluggo says to roll out the dough.
He's going to be mean to me.
Runaway boulder!
Runaway!
Great idea, Mr. Bill. Flatbread.
It took Subway to make a great flatbread sandwich. New full-size and flavor-packed flatbread sandwiches, like the tempting chicken Florentine or the bold steak and bacon melt. Limited time, only at Subway.
Subway, eat fresh!
Michelob's recipe, we're going back 111 years. We have records from way back. It was draft only for almost 70 years of its existence. People would come from miles around to taste this wonderful beer. We're rooted in history, but it's also really exciting today to be trying new recipes and trying new things. We've got the Michelob Porter, Pale Ale, Bavarian Wheat. When everything comes into balance and that recipe's just right, we get really excited.
There's a family behind the Michelob family of beers. Michelob, crafting a better beer.
Critics say NCIS is the hottest show on the air.
You guys the Navy cops?
Yeah, my seahorse is double parked outside.
Tuesday.
Got a dead petty officer. Fight club.
Underground backyard brawls.
Looks like the Tooth Fairy missed one.
I'd pay to see the right ballot.
You're up.
Total ages!
New NCIS Tuesday.
Dwight Freeney, #1 pick out of Syracuse 6 years ago. What an all-star player he's been. The big turnover in the lead, 10-6. Derek Anderson and Cleveland starting from their own 10 after the penalty on the kick return. Underneath, incomplete to Stallworth. Let's go back to the forced fumble and touchdown.
The matchup to look at, obviously, is Freeney and Joe Thomas working right here. Contrary to what you might have read in the local papers, Joe Thomas played pretty well against Mario Williams. But look at this line you can draw, the straight line through Joe Thomas's leg. That means he's high. That means Dwight Freeney is bull rushing him. That buys him straight access to the ball and Derek Anderson to cause that fumble.
37 yards on the touchdown return by Mathis. 2nd and 10, complete to Hayden. Hayden playing for the injured Kellen Winslow, who has not returned after an ankle injury early in this half. To Taiwan Hagler for the tackle. Brings up 3rd down for Cleveland out across the 18.
Remember the lack of kind of desperation, the calmness of Indianapolis up till that touchdown? Well, Anderson and the Cleveland Browns need to kind of emulate a little bit of that calmness. You did it with a calmness in the first half. You got first downs. You kept drives alive. You've got to keep this drive alive.
So Dungy, it is the personality of the head coach of this Indianapolis team. Anderson throws into a crowd and hits Hayden. No, it's Martin Rucker. And that for Rucker, the rookie from Missouri, is his first ever NFL catch.
Was that a catch? From the reaction of the players looking at it, I'd get on the ball pretty quick, but empty backfield, nobody back there. You had a zone drop because you had the defensive lineman. Johnson is dropped back in that zone. He actually tips the ball. Rucker catches it anyway.
Well, big catch on 3rd down. The Browns get another set of downs and give it to Jamal Lewis. And Lewis turns to the 30 and a 3-yard gain on 1st down. And for Jamal Lewis now, he's up around 71 yards for the day. 80 is his best of the season.
Colt down.
Oh,
Freddie Keahu.
A rash of injuries, although this one, Keahu is trying to get up in a hurry.
Well, remember, it's been Keahu playing middle linebacker for Gary Brackett, who went out with the bad leg / ankle. They got caught in a pile.
We've said it over and over again. It's just a matter of fact. When they get on the scales, they're small. Keahu is only 225, playing middle linebacker.
And often it happens when you get around large groups of people. And in this case, Hank Fraley gets a nice block on Freddie Keahu and pushes him back, and his ankle just sort of buckles and wobbles.
That means Jordan Sen, 5'11", 224, rookie Portland State, comes in. So Taiwan Hagler has replaced Brackett, and now Sen for Keahu.
Puts Hagler at the middle linebacker position.
3rd middle linebacker for the Colts today. Draw play to Jamal Lewis, and he could not find the hole. Looked like the hole was to the left side. He went right. Update time. Let's go to New York and JB.
Hey, Dick and Randy, trailing 21-10 early in the 3rd. Green Bay has battle back play action here. Aaron Rodgers hooking up with Donald Lee, a little 5-yard strike. The 2-point conversion is good, and it's all knotted at 21 as we start the 4th quarter of play. Back to Dick and Randy.
Green Bay, JB just that game behind Chicago and Minnesota. Aaron Rodgers, it's a win-win year, isn't it? Rodgers at Green Bay and Favre with the Jets. On third down, the throw is complete at the 37 to Hayden, the tight end. And that's going to be good enough for the first down, or is it? It's right at the yellow line.
It's close.
Now they're going to call it first. First down to Hayden, who has filled in for Winslow quite admirably, hasn't he, throughout this season?
You know, he's actually been more reliable than Kellen Winslow. When Winslow has been down for whatever reason, he's been the guy that Derek Anderson has been able to turn to, or Brady Quinn, in tight situations. You know that didn't feel good. You don't come up with a divot like that on your face mask, you know, for nothing. And Sen put a heck of a hit on him, but he still didn't cough it up.
But wait a minute, he's a jackrabbit from South Dakota State. They can take those hits. Same school as Vinatieri attempted. Underneath Lewis, a low throw. That puts your fullback or running back in a tough position. He wants to get that ball and go before defensive pressure comes, and that ball thrown down around the knees is a tough catch.
Yeah, that one's on that down is on Derek Anderson. Now it leaves him 2 downs to get 10 yards. And you don't want to put yourself, as they found out, in third and long. This has got to be at least a 4-yard gain.
Only touchdown in the game on defense by Robert Mathis with a fumble return of 37 yards. We're down to the 6.5-minute mark. Lewis breaks one tackle from Josh Thomas and then moves forward until Clint Session can secure the stop across the 40-yard line. The Bluebirds start to announce their position here in Cleveland.
Well, that's going to leave you in a 3rd and 7 plus, because you have to, the ball's right on the 40. You've got to get past the 47-yard line for this first down. So Romeo Cornell's offense, job number 1, protect Derek Anderson. Give him the time to look down the field to get this ball complete.
Now this is where Robert Mathis and Dwight Freeney salivate. They'll be coming hard off the edge. Good protection. The throw incomplete and almost intercepted, is it? No, it is called incomplete as Kelvin Hayden scooped it off the top of the grass.
It was intended for Hayden, the tight end. And it almost looked like a duplication of last week's pass that he threw right perfectly between defenders. Hayden keeps going, and he throws it right in between the defenders. There's no Cleveland receiver there. The tight end's the closest one.
And the Browns, who have not scored a touchdown in 2 games here at home, 16-6 losers to Houston, trailing 10-6 today, have to give it up with 5.5 to go. And Manning can chew up the clock. Zastadil, this one doesn't die inside the 5. It'll be Manning and the Colts starting at the 20 with a 4-point lead. 4th quarter when we come back.
Talk about a wake-up call. I had a heart attack at 57. My doctor told me I should have been doing more for my high cholesterol. What was I thinking? But now, I trust my heart to Lipitor.
When diet and exercise are not enough, adding Lipitor may help. Unlike some other cholesterol-lowering medications, Lipitor is FDA approved to reduce the risk of heart attack, stroke, and certain kinds of heart surgeries if you have several common risk factors or heart disease. Lipitor has been extensively studied with over 16 years of research. Lipitor is not for everyone, including people with liver problems and women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. You need simple blood tests to check for liver problems. Tell your doctor if you are taking other medications or if you have any muscle pain or weakness. This may be a sign of a rare but serious side effect.
I learned the hard way, but you may be able to do something.
Have a heart-to-heart with your doctor about your risk and about Lipitor.
We're out here racing luxury trucks. I mean, I can't think of a better word, but fantastic. Yeah, that's what I like about it. Yeah! This thing rocks.
Wow, that's cool.
I love it. Can we do it again?
Lawrence Fishburne joins the cast of CSI, CBS December 11th.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Sprint. Get NFL Mobile Live only from Sprint, only on the Now Network. And by Lipitor.
Well, here in Cleveland with thoughts that maybe Cornell will not come back. There's a campaign for Bill Cowher, who played here as a special teamer and was an assistant under Marty Schottenheimer.
No mystery here. Hold on to the ball and do not give it back to Cleveland if you're Indy.
Thanks to the defense, the Colts have a 4-point lead as they look for their 5th consecutive win. He has to push Rhodes back into his position again and then gives to Dominic Rhodes, hit in the backfield as a flag goes down. It was Andre Davis and Mike Adams who made the play, but maybe Adams had a jump on the snap.
Offside, defense, number 55.
No, it was McGinnis.
First down.
Veteran linebacker Willie McGinnis is called for offside.
And Willie McGinnis here at the top of the screen gets off to an early start. Evidently, you can't have this. I mean, here's when you have to have, it's got to be screwed down the most, and it's got to be tighter than ever. And Willie knows that more than anybody else. That's what he's been trying to teach all these other defenders for Cleveland.
Yeah, he negated a really good play. He had nothing to do with the tackle in the backfield, but no loss. Instead, it's 1st and 5 for Manning. Stays on the ground. Dominic Rhodes. He gets a yard. It'll be 2nd and 4. Importance of this game for Colts and their fans at 7-4 with 4 straight wins. They have beaten Baltimore at 7-4. They have defeated New England at 7-4. So they have, in essence, a 1-game edge over their rivals for that top wild card position. That's why this game and the defense, perhaps saving the day, is so important. And they have 3 what would be considered almost sure wins ahead. Teams that have had trouble beating anyone other than themselves.
You've got to challenge the Colts receivers here if you're the Browns.
Quick throw is complete to Reggie Wayne, and Wayne tackled immediately right at the yellow line. Progress to the 30, and that'll be a first down. Rodney Poole timing his tackle, but it is a first down for the Colts, and the clock runs to the 4-minute mark.
That was a pretty good spot for the Colts.
Look at the opponents coming up. The next 3, Cincinnati, Detroit, and Jacksonville, with only 5 wins. And what is that? 27 losses in 1 tie.
Well, when your remaining schedule wins 35% of their games, and one team has 11 wins, the other 4 aren't very good.
It seems the gate is open if they win today for 8 in a row. Rhodes drags tacklers to the 35 and a 5-yard pickup on first down. Wembley first to the ball carrier. Clock ticking at 3:28.
If you're always looking for that it team, now they can only have so many more injuries, but Tony Dungy's football team, if they get some of these players back like Saturday and Sanders and they're healthy, they don't have too many cataclysmic injuries like the Giants finishing strong. They'd be a 9-game winning streak. I could see them from this point winning 5 and 4. I could see them winning 9 from here.
Look at Manning using the clock. The Browns don't call time. They have 2 timeouts left. Now under the 3-minute mark.
That play clock will go down to 2 or 1 every time.
2nd and 5. Rhodes straightened on the tackle is about 1.5 yards short of the first down, and Cleveland should use a timeout here, do they?
Now they absolutely should use one more before the 2-minute warning. But Peyton will let this go.
Yeah, of course.
There's 26, so he'll take it down to right about 9 or 10, 2-10, 2-9 before he snaps it.
Frustration in Cleveland, where they won 7 home games a year ago, and they're 1-5 this year. Joseph Addai now on 3rd and short. This could be the game here. It'll really put the Browns in a box if Addai or Manning makes it. It's Addai hit in the backfield and denied. Good defensive surge. With 2:04 left, they'll get the timeout at the 2-minute warning right here. Willie McGinnis making up for that offside, and Andre Davis charged in to drive Addai short of the first down. 2 to go in Cleveland. The Colts by 4.
It's no surprise that people are trying to be smarter with their money these days. I'm Dan Hesse, CEO of Sprint, and we have a plan for you. What if you could tap into all the amazing things these devices can do for one flat monthly rate? This could be the only phone you'll ever need. Pretty cool, huh?
this place?
Of course. It's where we first met.
What about here?
Our first date. Our first kiss. I don't remember this place.
You will.
The Leo Diamond, the first diamond ever certified to be visibly brighter. That's just one more reason Kay is the #1 jewelry store in America.
This is where I said yes.
Every kiss begins with Kay. The best gifts ever.
My twins love to sing and dance, so for their Christmas gifts, a Radio Shack associate recommended iPod Nanos and a speaker dock. Then on Christmas morning, when they opened their gifts, they quickly came up with an idea. And that afternoon, my friends and family were treated to an unforgettable performance.
Surprise everyone this Christmas with great deals at Radio Shack.
CBS Thursday. There's a new performance-enhancing drug. And it's to die for.
The guy said they made sex incredible.
It's a mystery
There's another connection here.
only Jacob Hood can solve.
You're saying this was intentional?
I'm saying it was murder.
A new 11th hour. CBS Thursday after CSI.
That's Josh Cribbs, perhaps Cleveland's most potent weapon in this 10-6 game. He's back in punt return position at the 20-yard line as Hunter Smith is on to kick for Indianapolis. He's had to punt only once in the entire game.
He controls the field position for where Cleveland starts. He doesn't hit a perfect punt. Joshua Cribbs will give him good field position.
And the Browns have 2 timeouts left and 2 minutes to go. Short kick. A wobbler that's going to take a lateral bounce and touchdown field by Philip Wheeler at the 30-yard line. So Cleveland starts 70 yards away. And how about the game Saturday on CBS? #2 Florida, #1 Alabama. The SEC championship game with national championship implications. Florida or Bama next Saturday live at 4 Eastern here on CBS.
Do you like speed or do you like power? Power is all Alabama. Speed is Florida. It's kind of like this matchup. You know, power would be Cleveland. Speed is Indy.
Florida and Bama 1 and 2 in offense and defense in the SEC. Anderson steps up, dumps it underneath to right to the 35, a 5-yard gain. Clock runs. Anderson started 7 for 7 in the first half. He's 8 for 17 cents.
You really need to go to your wide receivers to get you some chunks in this situation. You can't dink and dunk.
They used 32 seconds since the 2-minute warning to get that short gain, and there an incomplete pass might have been good fortune for Cleveland because it wouldn't have even given them a first down, and the clock would have either run or they'd have to spend a timeout. Jason Wright on the receiving end.
Yeah, it's interesting. At times it seems like Dante Stallworth, who was signed here this year to this offense, is MIA. It's like he's not even part of this offense. He goes to one side, and I'm not sure if Derek Anderson even considers that side of the field. He's almost an afterthought.
He missed 5 games with a quadricep injury, but has only 13 catches all year, 1 today. Anderson steps up, another short pass to right. And it's a first down at the 45, and the Colts won't be in any hurry to unpile as Raheem Brock was there on the tackle as he drifted back in deep defense. There's the second timeout used by the Browns. 1 remaining. First down at the 45. Well, the Colts have really done a job winning the close ones, and here's another. Week 9 against New England. Vinatieri, 52-yard field goal. Colts win by 3. At Pittsburgh, Peyton Manning, touchdown pass to Rhodes. Colts win by 4. Week 11, Houston, Addai, touchdown. They beat the Texans by 6. And last week at San Diego, Vinatieri, no time remaining, 51 yards, money, and a Colts 3-point victory.
Talk about big plays. The big play was put in by the dynamic duo. Dwight Freeney causing the fumble. Robert Mathis picking up the scraps and taking it for 6.
And a 4-point edge with 1 minute, 16 seconds left. 1 timeout in the pocket of Romeo Crennel and the Browns. Ball at the 45, Cleveland territory. And Anderson dumped by Mathis, Robert Mathis, and that could all be the final blow against this Browns offense. And Anderson is very slow getting up, and he looks to be seriously wounded.
They pushed Mathis pushed Schaefer right back into Anderson's lap and pinned his left leg. He couldn't move.
Ken Dorsey is the third string quarterback for Cleveland, with Brady Quinn placed on the IR this week and Anderson now injured. And what a difficult spot that Dorsey inherits. No timeouts left for Cleveland, and 67 seconds remain.
Now 320-pound Schaefer, 77, going against about 225-pound Robert Mathis. Pure speed makes fear into the heart of an offensive tackle. They're so afraid of being beat around the edge. They get high, they get soft, and that's how a 225 to 240 pound, in Freeney's case, can steamroll a much bigger man. I mean, we're talking about a man that's
90 pounds heavier.
90 pounds heavier. You don't have the leverage, you don't have the technique. And these guys, these two defensive ends, are all about technique. They'll come up, the first two steps up the field are speed. 1, 2, but they put that third foot in the ground and head right between the 7 and the 7 in Schaefer's case and drive him right back into Anderson's lap.
Dorsey, by the way, has not thrown a pass all season. Well, we talked to Tony Dungy yesterday about that, because it seems so contradictory that a team so small, giving up all that weight at every position defensively, can be so effective. And Dungy got that wry smile, looked at you with those sharp eyes of his and said, I love athletes. And you can be smaller, but if you're faster and quicker and you're athletic, and that's Robert Mathis he's describing, you've got a winner.
Speed wins championships. I know you hear defense wins championships. When it comes right down to it at this level, you want the consistent winners. It's the fast, athletic, speed teams that will get you.
So the Browns, Dorsey, his first serious action of the season, needs to go 65 yards in 67 seconds. Goes deep, incomplete to Braylon Edwards, and Edwards up high, double team. Good defense from Tim Jennings and Melvin Bullock.
Dorsey taking a heck of a shot on his arm as we went to throw that ball. Beautiful job by Jennings redirecting Edwards, getting him off his route. That ball was sent to a spot, but Jennings had rerouted Braylon Edwards. And here's the hit on the arm by Dwight Freeney, right in the right arm of Dorsey. Couldn't follow through.
And Anderson helped off the field. A day of disaster, completing a season that would be described as that. So disappointing here in Cleveland. Embarrassing, in fact, to even the owner of the Browns. Dorsey throws to the sideline. Was he in bounds? Step toe? No. Didn't get both feet in, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, he thought to stop his feet and get them in place, but by the time he thought to get them in place, the feet were out of bounds. Watch it. He thinks to do it 1-2, but the left foot is out of bounds when he's 1-2ing, so it's really a 1.5.
So 4th and 20 just to maintain possession with 56 seconds on the clock, and Anderson's day, and hopefully not his season, ends down the tunnel to the locker room. And here comes Freeney and Mathis. They use a stunt. That's Mathis chasing. They pick him off. Dorsey into a crowd, and it is a scramble. Who's got it? It's an interception for the Colts. Antoine Bethea, second of the year. And that'll be the final nail into another home defeat. Amazingly, last year 7-1 at home, the Browns, and this year now they're going to be 1-6 after this.
Going for Braylon Edwards. Ball kind of sails inside. Briefly, Edwards has a chance. It almost looks like he's got it, but Bethea will not be denied. He comes down on top. The ball is in the arms of Edwards, and Bethea just snatches it right out away from Edwards.
Well, there's not often in a Colts season in the last 11 years of the Peyton Manning era where you say it was the defense, no question, that won a big game for Indianapolis. No offensive touchdowns. The only TD of the day scored by the defense. The collaboration of Freeney with a forced fumble on Anderson and Mathis scooping it up and going 37 yards with his first NFL touchdown. The second game of our doubleheader coming up. You'll see Pittsburgh, New England, or Denver in New York against the Jets, or the Chiefs out west in Oakland. So stay tuned. More great action ahead here on CBS.
Hey, remember in 2003 they opened the season 9-6. Colts win. 5 years later, 10-6.
Now Tony Dungy and Romeo Crennel meet at midfield. It's now 8-4 for Dungy's Colts after a 3-4 start. They've won 5 in a row, and it looks as if they've got a rosy path ahead for 3 more wins. Final score, 10-6 Indianapolis. Coming up next, game 2 of the doubleheader, Steelers, Patriots, or Broncos, Jets, or some of you will see Kansas City at Oakland. For Randy Cross, Dick Enberg, so long from rainy Cleveland. We'll go to JB in New York with a Burger King update right after this message.